Hi, it's Sam from Intrinsic Dev, and in this video I'm going to show you how to set up our command to event driver for Elan. Once you've downloaded the driver from the website, head on over to Configurator and head into the Media section of your system. I've set up just a very basic system here with a TV and just two sources just to show you how to integrate this driver. So to install it, we go to Sources, right click, Add New Generic Media Source. The window appears, the driver is in my list. If it wasn't, I'd use the search folder button to point the Elan software to the folder I downloaded the EDRVC file to. In this case it's already there, so I'm just going to click OK. This driver is one of our new cloud-based drivers, so the licensing will take place automatically. It should only just take a few seconds. There we go. As far as installing the driver, this is all that needs to happen. I mean, there's no hardware here, there's no IP addresses or anything like that to set up. The driver just installs, and provided it's been purchased, it should just license. In order to actually use the driver, we're going to head over here to our FreeSat box, and I'm just going to show you how we'll override some of the built-in commands. So say for example we didn't use the live TV button on the remote control, but we wanted that live TV button to do something else in the system. We can use this driver to facilitate that. So we click Live TV, we go to Behavior, and we just right click it, and it should flick to Override. Now in the Output Device column, I'm going to select my Intrinsic Dev Command to Event driver, and the output code, I'm just going to use exactly the same button here. There is actually no reason why you couldn't assign a different button here, but for the sake of simplicity it's easier to map like buttons to like buttons, so at least you can follow your own programming. So we select Live TV there, we click Apply. We now go back to the Command to Event driver, we right click it, we go Create Event Map 4, and we've got three options. If we just want to lift that button press and have that button press do something, we use the button press, and you can see there all the buttons are listed. If you want to get a bit fancier, we have enabled the use of the begin and end ramp. So to be clear, button press is a single press. Begin ramp happens a couple of 100 milliseconds after you hold down that button, and it'll continue ramping every 200 to 300 milliseconds. So if you want to put a repeating event map on that, you can do, and that will continually carry out the same action until released. And then we have the end ramp, which is what's going to happen whenever you release the button. Another command will be sent. So in theory you've got a press, a hold, and a release. For this instance we're just going to use the press. I'm going to go down to Live TV, and we can see there we've just got our standard event map window. It's already filled in, command to event, button press, Live TV, click Add, and then for the sake of this example I'm just going to use the outputs on the controller. So I'm going to have it turn the relay 1 on whenever that button is pressed. We could use the end ramp function so that whenever you release the button that relay could turn off again. Just depends entirely on your use case and just how you want to build the event maps up, but that's basically how you plumb it in. There is no reason why you can't use the one driver to do many devices. This will link to separate units, so if we go to Blu-ray here, I can override a button in Blu-ray and I can connect it to that command to event. But if I wanted to override the same live TV button, I can also do that. Bear in mind though that it will have the same event map action. So if you're wanting to use the same buttons on the remote control for different actions in the system, I would recommend you install multiple copies of the command to event driver and label them correctly for the different tasks that they're going to complete. But if you do want to do the one task throughout the entire system on that one button, you can just use the one instance of the driver. One thing we have been asked is, can this driver be used for the actual viewer interface? No, it cannot, because the viewer interface can be manually programmed yourself. You don't need the driver in order to make that happen. You can take any button on the interface and you can delete those buttons and you can add new buttons and you can create event maps from those buttons. So this driver is not for the viewer, it is only for the handheld remotes, and it works on the HR2, 200, 10 and HR30. Thanks for watching.